Frequency forecast from Lee for July 2025. We have reached a plateau above which lies the unknown. It is a time of new frequencies previously unfamiliar to this human civilization. In June, the Sun downloaded many renewing energetic codes, and now they are unfolding, offering humanity the opportunity to activate both new perception and new ideas. People raising their frequencies will begin to come into contact with other worlds, both the ones within and those perceived to be outside. Information they have been requesting but previously received through intermediaries or in some indirect way will now come directly to them. Now, their frequency is reaching a level where it will become the easiest for the universe to deliver answers directly. But to receive them effectively, the following two things need to be mastered. First, you will need to learn to interpret information differently than you did before. Not linearly, through words, but multidimensionally, combining various images and sensations into a single message. Something that at first glance seemed chaotic, you will weave together into a harmonious and meaningful structure that overall will expand your understanding of seemingly simple things, elevating them to a completely new level. What once seemed complicated will prove to be primitive, and what seemed like background noise will suddenly reveal itself as part of a stunning picture. An apt analogy here is when people who once believed that the Earth was the center of the universe and that stars were attached to some static sphere suddenly discover the cosmos with its countless galaxies. Something similar will happen to the perception of many people in the coming months. Second, you will have to learn to trust what comes to you through your inner channels. All your life, you have been taught to trust only what the crowd believes based on ancient and proven knowledge, so you have forgotten how to trust your own gut feelings. But now this skill will return to you. Soon, you will no longer need external validation for what you are experiencing, sensing, and realizing. On the contrary, when you are distrusted or even ridiculed, you will only be strengthened in the knowledge that you have realized something true. This won't happen out of denial of opinions of others, but out of an understanding that such people are simply asleep and cannot see what does not come from the collective consciousness. And this fact will deepen your awareness that you have indeed received a valuable and unique message. In July, you will begin to create the foundations of a new civilization, both in your personal space and within the social structure. You will either start designing them yourself or be invited into new projects. Perhaps for now, this will only be in the form of mental exercises or discussions with like-minded people, but the first concrete actions on this path may also emerge. Likewise, in the political arena, something fundamentally new will begin to emerge. Both within countries and at the international level, ideas will be expressed that at first will seem too fantastic to be true. However, later on, they will come to fruition, surprising everyone with their unfolding potential. Overall, July becomes a foundational platform for the start of radical changes that will gain momentum by the end of the year. For now, pay close attention to what seems unusual to you and looks too good to be true. In fact, that's exactly what will prove to be true. Your truth, which indeed seemed too good from your previous point of view, but soon you will be able to make it many times more magnificent. Simply trust yourself.